first, fast, accurate, live. This is WSBT 22 News on Fox.
This is a very small community. Our children go to this school, and so, you know, with a small community, everybody knows everybody. So yes, we do know the family.
Emotions running high this morning. A tragedy unfolding right now in St. Joseph County, Michigan. Fire crews say a mother and a child are dead following a massive house fire in White Pigeon. 7 other people are right now in the hospital.
Now, multiple fire crews responded when this fire broke out at around 3:30 this morning. WSBT 22's Kristen Bean just got new information at the scene. Kristen, what are you learning?
Bob and Leanne, we just interviewed the police or the fire chief here in White Pigeon. I'm going to step out of the shot so you can see the home behind me. Chief tells us there is no word on the initial cause. Bob and Leanne.
I know the information is still somewhat sketchy right now, and I don't know if police have talked about this at this point.
We're also told she was not the mother of that 7-year-old boy.
All right, Kristen, thank you. Our coverage continues right here on Fox Michiana.
This morning forecast coming up in about 10 minutes.
Carrie, thank you very much. This morning, former President George H.W. Bush lies in state. This is a live look at our nation's capital, the Capitol Rotunda, where people continue to file past, paying their respects to the former president who died over the weekend at 94 years old. Mr. Bush will lie in state at this Capitol Rotunda until tomorrow. A state funeral will then be happening at the National Cathedral. Afterwards, his body will be flown back to Texas for a public viewing and a private funeral. Once again, this is a live look. Our coverage of former President Bush's life and legacy continues this morning on WSBT 22 News on Fox. Remember, you can always find the latest information on our website, WSBT.com.
Happening today, we expect to learn more details about the investigation into the Elkhart Police Department. Mayor Tim Neese making an announcement today concerning the video of 2 officers seen punching a handcuffed suspect. At a Common Council meeting last night, 3 members said they would support paying a private firm to investigate the police force if the Department of Justice declines a review. Some say residents should be the one reviewing the department. And one council member says no investigation is needed, that the officers and the chief should be fired. Attorneys for both officers seen in the jail video will meet with prosecutors later this month. At this point, it is unclear what the mayor plans to say today, but there are 3 big questions his announcement could answer. We'll explain it in our next half hour.
Heartbroken. That's how 60 people say they felt upon learning their jobs are being ended as of this Friday. Workers from Sturgis Hospital spoke out last night against the CEO as the hospital shuts down the birthing center, the hospice center, and the oncology department. Many people ask what could have been done to prevent this from happening. Some say employees. The biggest victims are the patients. The closest hospitals are right now in Three Rivers, Coldwater, or LaGrange. Patients say they're concerned about finding new doctors and rebuilding important relationships.
And I was totally caught off guard. I've got, I deliver about 15 a month. I have 15 patients I deliver a month, and I've got to find a place now to do some deliveries. I may have to move my office. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, there's just so many things that are up in the air now for my patients and for myself.
Hospital officials say job cuts should be complete by the end of the month.
Well, this newest sign displayed in downtown South Bend striking some nerves. Take a look. It says, "Oh, come all ye faithless." The group Northern Indiana Atheists placed the 2-sided sign in the lobby of the county city building. It sits right next to a Christmas tree. The sign also reads, "Even heathens celebrate the season." Group members say the sign is about equal access and that they do not intend to be offensive in any way.
We don't find it offensive that there are religious messages, and we would just expect the same treatment and respect for our message.
WSBT reached out to the county attorney to learn more about the process for putting up decorations, but has not heard back.
7:37, and this morning House lawmakers are close to approving a 2-week extension to keep the government funded and open. The goal is to avoid a partial government shutdown Friday this week. The new deadline for funding the government would be December 21st if passed. Among the most contentious items remaining on the agenda, that border funding for a wall to be built. President Trump says he wants $5 billion for the wall. Democrats, though, not on board.
Bill expects to brief a small group of lawmakers on the murder of Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi. The CIA believes Saudi Arabia's crown prince personally ordered the killing. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and Defense Secretary James Mattis say there is no direct evidence of that. They emphasized the importance of the U.S.-Saudi relationship during a Senate briefing last week.
This morning, President Trump is praising one of Robert Mueller's key witnesses. Mueller continues to investigate any possible meddling in the 2016 presidential election. Well, now prosecutors are working to learn if the president's former campaign advisor, Roger Stone, knew about WikiLeaks' plans to release material damaging to Hillary Clinton's presidential effort. In a pair of tweets yesterday, the president says Stone has the, quote, guts not to testify against him, and he says his former lawyer, Michael Cohen, who cut a deal with prosecutors last week, should head straight to prison. Time now 7:39. A Plymouth high schooler got a special surprise yesterday. A visit from Congresswoman Jackie Walorski. Up next, why she wanted to meet this teenager face to face.
And don't expect to receive any regular mail tomorrow. Coming up, why the Postal Service is shutting down for the day.
And outside this morning, it's actually pretty quiet now, but cold. We are tracking some snow. I'll show you where and when we'll see more of it across our area next.